before we step on the scene, be sure to like, comment, and share this with your hood. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss a moment. Also, add me at SadittyJ, SADITTYJAE. Hashtag Saditty Committee. y'all, before we step on the scene, be sure to like, comment, and share this with your hood. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss a moment. Also, add me at SadittyJ, SADITTYJAE. Hashtag Saditty Committee. What's good, Saditty Committee? It's your girl, Saditty J, the Saditty CEO of the Hood's Nonprofit and Saditty City and Salons. As y'all can see, I'm back on season 9 of our network and season 2 of the Saditty scene. As I said earlier, y'all sure was definitely tapped into that reel. Thank y'all for definitely tuning in, and I hope y'all are right tight and tapped into this episode of the Saditty scene. So boom, it's the first episode. I'm coming in hot. It's crazy. Not too much 303. I know I said I was gonna focus on the youth, but honestly, you gotta be able to feel youth in spirit. Like, you might be in this physical form, but do you talk to me like, you know, like my inner child would like to hear? Like, do you make me feel safe? Do you make me feel protected? Can I be myself around you? And today, I'm very much excited that I do have a guest that I could be myself around, because honestly, I just, like, in the past year, really just started getting into all the little things that I'm doing. It's hard as shit. That's why I'm very glad to have you here, because you're going to give them a whole perspective. Not only do y'all have my perspective, yes, y'all are really getting the true African-American perspective. Yes. Me being born over here, Miss Rosey Dollaz being born back home in Africa, West Africa. Looking all beautiful. On the scene. Looking good. Looking good as shit. Okay, auntie. Oh, yes. Period. Alright, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me some background. Honestly, I really just want to get straight into the meat. How was it?
Let's get to it. I'm so excited to be here.
Period.
I am Rosey Dollaz.
Yeah.
Yes, I am very close to Saditty. We're here to talk the talk.
We're finna turn up the city. Honestly, I do this day in, day out. People think that I just be doing that little shit for the moment for the social media. Okay, that 30-second video that y'all be seeing, that is the whole lifetime of imagination just in one video that you're not even gonna be able to get into.
That's exciting.
Anyways,
that's
y'all,
so exciting.
I'm so very much excited.
Okay.
All right,
let's get to it.
Give me high as shit. Damn, y'all, I be lifing. Okay, so what was it like growing up? What was your lifestyle like growing up? Because auntie, I posted that video of you with the hoods, showing the hoods office, and everybody's like, that don't look like the hoods. You don't even know where we at. 1 and 2, y'all want to know about some hood shit? Yeah. I'm gonna ask my auntie about some hood shit.
It's kind of different, you know. The difference is it's a little bit more safer. You know, it's more like hood, but you don't worry about guns.
That's safer, auntie. Sleeping.
Well, you can sleep on the street over there. Don't worry about no one's gonna come. Really, you know, it's just a little different. Just a little different, slightly different, because it's still, well, at that time, I'm talking about my time, right?
Yeah.
This is how long ago?
Like 20 years now? 30,
right.
30
That's
years?
right. That's my time in the 40s, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was a long time ago. So it was a little different. It was less violent, more poverty, ignorance, you know, greed, you know, somebody maybe will rape you, or maybe...
Auntie, the fuck, she just shrugged her shoulders, like, no, that's not...
It's not acceptable, but it doesn't even look, it's not taken as rape.
What is it taken as?
As, what were you doing there?
Niggas sleeping.
Like, what were you doing in that corner? I want you to go to that guy's house, and you were supposed to be from school to home. How did you end up in this little corner where somebody had to rape you? You wanted to be there. So it's not taken as that. It really isn't. Yeah, it's not taken as... It's taken more as, why did you go there? The route from school to here is this route. How did you end up in this route? Yeah. So they blame you. They'll blame you.
But like I could have got snatched up. I could have anything. I could have been lost. I could have been distracted. Kept walking. It could have been so many. But why do people I don't understand why people always have to sexualize the situation and blame it on the on the victim.
On the victim.
That's not okay. It's just
all
not
the
okay.
time. We all been victims in some kind of way. With cousins, uncles. Yeah, I used to actually date my cousin for a little bit.
What? The fuck? I didn't know that shit!
I didn't know it was my cousin. Right? I didn't know this is back home. I was like, he actually told me this is when I just went back home to go, take care of dad's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just at the funeral. And he was like, I still love you. I was like, I thought you were my cousin. I was like, I thought you were my cousins. Like, I know, but we did it. Even though I was like, well, I didn't know that at that time. It's after so many years that I heard he was my cousin, actually. But he was older than me, too. I was like 15, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure.
How old was he?
In his 30s.
He was twice your age?
Yes.
See?
And this is what he told me when he saw me at the funeral. He was like, you used to come to my house. You were all naive. You come and you would talk to me, and I would take you to my mom's house, and I would take you in the room.
That's grooming.
Yes. He just told me all these details just recently, about 2 years ago. But yeah. So let's get back to how did I grow up, right?
Oh yeah, how did you grow up? Tell me about your childhood. Any single detail that you can remember that you want to talk about. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Talk about your best details, your not so best details. So I'm gonna get into mine. I got a story time, cause I got a lot for y'all. I'm gonna just really think about how to be very correct with this situation, but I'm gonna have to address something real quick because the way that else.
Right.
Anyways.
Well, my childhood was very traumatizing. I didn't know it was traumatizing until when I came to America, actually. I thought it was just normal to not have your parents or to not have food all day long, or to not have a home, a room, your own stuff. How little girls should grow up with their little Barbies, and you should grow up with... We used to have to go dig grass. The root of the grass.
Mm-hmm.
Those grass, how they call it again? The grass that grows out... That grows mostly in Africa. Oh, no. The yard grass. The grass that is in the...
I don't know. There's a lot of grass everywhere. I'm like, I don't know.
Les arbres. No, je parle de...
She's speaking
How they
French.
say it?
Well, I don't know which grass.
The yard, the grass that you put in the backyard. That, it has deep roots. So we used to go dig it out and plait the hair. That was my Barbie. So you could just imagine that my parents didn't have the money to buy me any toys, so we had to be creative. We had to, we had to do something different. We had to be creative. So I used to go and dig those grass from the yard, and because it has long roots to it, so that was the hair.
That's crazy.
Right, and then I would divide the body, then I would divide the arms.
So, for example, do you even think that it's crazy that a lot of black girls prefer white Barbies over their black Barbies? Because you're over here playing with grass and plaiting. You're like, nigga, at least your Barbie is a Barbie, and my shit was grass.
Right, it was neutral, right? It was just a green Barbie. But it was green. It was natural. It wasn't white, no, it was black. So I didn't have black or white issues growing up. But I experienced it. I experienced when I was around with lighter girls, and they will all be hit. The guys will all talk to the lighter girls, and they will talk to me because I was darker. Even though I wasn't that dark, but I was still kind of darker than some of the girls that choose to get lighter.
Yeah, they be bleaching their skin. I'm good. gonna be white. One day I'm gonna be white in America. Like, okay.
Yeah.
The white people in America don't really like it here either.
Those kind of girls. So I'll end up with those kind of girls. So then they'll always get picked. So that's when I knew that being dark was an issue growing up as a little girl, right? But I really never paid attention to that. Of course, because I had like 100 other issues that was going on at the same time. Boy, just growing up, not knowing when the next meal is gonna come from. That was one of the biggest issues. And also not having a stable home.
Yeah, that stable home shit is crazy. I feel like our generation, we're trying to build stable homes, but we don't have a good example of what stable homes look like. So everyone's pushing us to have that stable home, but it's like, hey, what do our stable homes look like? Even if we're in a stable home, y'all being toxic as hell in a stable home, that's not even a home. That's a toxic ass house. That's damn near. Nigga, that is not okay.
The grass is not always green on the other side. But it's better for me to have a home with my parents not really getting along, because it's just a human thing not to really always be on the same page. But not having a home completely, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was a different experience. Yeah. It made me vulnerable, but it also made me street smart, because I had to figure out when I'm going to eat, how I'm going to eat, and also how I'm going to feed my mom, because my mom also didn't have enough. So
How many kids did grandma have?
9 kids. My mom was a busy. And daddy, yeah, they had 9
kids
together.
in Africa?
Yes. And these are these 9 kids with no source of income. No source of income. There's no way to make money. So daddies have to go burn newspapers. Oh no, not burn newspapers. Actually, go and get newspapers that is being burned by the white people.
For what? To do what?
Let's go back a little bit.
Okay, yeah, because what are you doing with the white people's newspapers? What is the white people doing in Africa with newspapers? What's the news?
Yes.
I don't want to hear shit.
Girl, this is all coming together.
Huh? What?
This whole conversation.
Okay.
Right? So the white people, they will comment dire jeter les choses qui ne veulent pas. They will trash the stuff.
Right.
Yeah, they will
disregard or like.
Yeah, disregard
or discard.
Yes, and they don't want people to make money out of it, so they will throw it in a flame of fire.
So it was extra papers that they didn't need,
right?
And they knew the African people can make money out of it,
yes.
And they would rather burn it than to give it to them to make money.
And it's still happening till now.
Huh?
Right. That is another time. But let's go back to the newspapers. This is just newspaper. But now you know what they do? They burn the wood that they don't need anymore. They burn it so that the African people has to go in the pile of wood that they don't need anymore and drag as much as they can drag out of it to go do the things they have to do in their own land. Right as we're speaking.
This is happening right now.
Yes, right as we're speaking.
Okay,
this is
wait.
At this time was newspaper. Now I'm talking about newspaper. We were talking about.
We're over here talking about newspapers. What about witchcraft?
No, well, let's
hold on. Wait, we're talking.
I don't really connect with witchcraft.
What do they?
It exists for people that believe in witchcraft, but me, I don't connect to it. I never really.
It be happening out there, like it's heavily, solidly. Because I remember when I went out there, I was 9 and Grandpa was praying. I swear I seen like 3 ladies, 30, 40 years old, just sitting in the back of the bench, and they were just dropping and just vomiting. I'm like, what the hell is happening? Wow. Slithering.
Yeah, that happens. But I always say people act a lot as well. People have their own spiritual, right? You know, they all build these spiritual, devilish ways. So then when you pray, it comes out in flesh. But witchcraft, I've never really experienced witchcraft. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've gone all the way to the village too, all the way like in the village where we have to go fetch for water. We have to go, break the wood to create the fire to cook, right? I've never really experienced any because I don't believe in it. I think it's something you gotta believe in.
You manifesting it into your reality.
Right, which I don't manifest. I only manifest money.
That's what I get. $1,000. That's gonna go on the show.
I only get money, so that's what I worry about. That's all. That's not all I worry about. That's what I manifest when I really need stuff. I don't manifest negativity, so I don't get negativity. Yeah. But anyways, yes. So my dad would try and get that newspaper so he can go sell that newspaper to the people that own the boutiques, the stores, boutique store, so they can wrap beignet, they can wrap bread.
Oh, I remember that.
So that newspaper is important for the community, but the people that own those industries, I won't pinpoint if it was white or black, but I just knew that the people that own that industry was very wicked because they would rather burn the excess newspapers instead of giving it to the community so they can go sell it to the people that will be wrapping beignets
and the thing is,
bread.
This is why we have so much of a disconnect, because it's like, shit, I just lost my whole train of thought. I'm over here thinking about beignets and bread. My hungry ass.
Well, I was just trying to tell you why those newspapers were important to the community.
Right.
Because they needed it to serve the stuff that they sell to people.
You brought me back to it. So then people are over here. I mean, I guess our people, we're seeing them. You just said you don't really want to pinpoint black or white. Yeah, so in your head, you're thinking like, okay, the people from this land that have these resources would rather throw it in the trash than to help my people. Right. So to us, we're less than trash because you'd rather put it to something that can give it no use than to give it to us. So to what extent do you value us?
Ooh, none. We have no. When you're poor back home, it doesn't matter what your spiritual being is, doesn't matter. When you don't have the money, no one listens to you. It's just we're brainwashed that we need to have money to be valued. Understand? So without money, you're nothing. But you can have other knowledge. You know everything. But if you don't have money, no one listens to you. They only listen to the people that have money, and that's why it is the way it is back home.
Man, but the thing is, what you're experiencing, you're talking about from a whole different continent, and you would be surprised how many youth are my age feel what you're saying though. Yeah. Because I'm literally, people don't realize how much work I genuinely be putting in for the vision that I see. They don't even see the vision that I see. I notice every time I really go through like maybe a spiritual awakening, some people call it a manic depression, others call it a spiritual awakening, really vice versa, like ADD and ADHD, whatever you want to call it. I be really feeling very aligned with myself, but I still notice I still don't fuck with people. Right. Like since a child, I never fucked with people. I didn't even fuck with my dad. I still don't fuck with my dad.
Because you're different. You're different. You know you're different. And that's why you don't have energy to spread around. So you have to conceive your energy so you can do the bigger things that you want to do. And that's how you're going to feel. And that's okay to feel like that. And it's beautiful to be alone. Even though you have everybody else around you, but feeling alone, that makes you who you are.
But the thing is, and this can kind of segue a little bit into that story time with that topic of feeling alone. Like you can see within our generation, young pregnancy, teen pregnancy, pregnancy before 25, it's prevalent. It's like, damn, like, are we going to have any food in 50 years? Because these kids be hungry as hell, and now we got 4 of them before, like, damn.
Yeah. I think people forgetting about the teenagers. We focus on the kids, and we skip the middle part of it. Then we focus on the old people. And I think that's why the teenagers are going crazy. Because I think we really lose focus on from that 7 years old, because when the baby 5 years old, and then 6, when they start talking back, now they don't want to deal with it. 10, 15, 16, 17. And if you don't do nothing about it, by the time they're 16, they mold into what they want to be. And America is really going through it because of the lifestyle in America. The fact that parents got to work. I'm a working parent, and I experience it. I have 4 kids, and Jesus Christ, thanks to the dad. No, for real, I'm going to thank you again, Robert, if you ever hear this. But thank to him. Because if it wasn't that balance between him and I don't think they would have made it. We would have not made it. Because they would have molded into what they want to mold into. Because I had to work. Just imagine if I was a single mom and I don't have a good baby daddy. These kids will mold into what they want to mold, because I got to go get that money so I can pay this rent. So I can buy food. So.
See? And this is where I feel like our generation is getting so misconstrued. It's like a woman... We're really genuinely trying now to get into like better habits. We're genuinely trying, and in every single aspect, especially Black women and especially African Black women, we're being bashed from so many different angles of, oh, you're too aggressive, you're too submissive, you're too dominant, you're too aggressive, you're too this, you're too that. The whole time, a lot of us just be lonely.
Good.
Be like, damn.
African women are not lonely. Ooh. They're not aggressive. They're just go-getters. No. It's not true. All these things they talk about African women is just... Africa, first of all, us coming from another continent, being here in America, is for a goal. Right. We're here for a reason. Right. We got grandmas, we got uncles, we got brothers, sisters, we got all type of people we got to take care of. So we come over here, back home, they're not aggressive. They're beautiful. You see those Nigerian movies?
So what happened to me?
You were born here. The culture here has made you who you are today. You spend more time here than back in Africa. But let me tell you about African women. When they're here and they have good husbands, most of them don't work. And if they want to, that's because they don't want to work.
See? And I've always been the one where I'm going to want to work. Even if my husband told me, I'll pay all your bills today, I'm still going to work my ass off like I have 20 kids.
Yeah, but African women are not aggressive. They're only aggressive when you are aggressive. Then they become more aggressive. They're defensive. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're more defensive than aggressive. That's the difference. Because if you come at her any kind of way, she's going to tell you the truth.
Right, the truth.
She's going to defend herself.
She's
going to let you understand that, hey, I am not no... Right. You know what I mean?
This tea, man.
Right.
Auntie, do you know what it means to be pussy whipped? She knows.
Oh no! I heard of it. I'm not sure if you understand it very well.
Okay.
Help me out.
Well, it's basically, and this is really happening with a lot of. Because, I've been working so hard. People don't realize how hard the mental work is to really sit and discern yourself to the point where if you say A, B, C, and D, are you being a hypocrite about A, B, C, or D? Because if you are, you got to stay quiet.
Right.
You got to shut up.
Right.
When I start talking about something, it's because I done overthought it so many times from this day to this month to this year to these 2 years. And I really feel confident to say A, B, C, and D. So when people want to double back, like, for example, last night, I posted something about basically intimacy without love is kind of just a risk for soul ties and STDs. And with how our generation is normalizing, it's like, damn, we probably... I asked somebody something, there was like, yeah, I mean, I feel like 100 bodies is cool. 100 what? That is a mortuary. That is a cemetery. It's dead as fuck in there.
100 body. That's a lot. 100 counts. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Your body count is 100? 100 what? Your bank account ain't even 100. How the fuck Never mind. But
the people have... Really, this is true story?
No.
I'm just... true story. I'm just playing.
It's true, auntie. It's true. And then how our culture raises us. Like, for example, my sister Era, she was talking to my mom the other day, and she was like, my African culture and my American culture, my Hispanic culture, I look at my hair, I look at my skin, and I see my African culture. But then I look at what's around me, and I don't see it. So where is it? What does it mean? Because she was like,
a deep question.
Auntie, this is what she said. She was like, one thing that I noticed, me and Saditty were talking, they call me Saditty, the big Saditty CEO. She was like, yeah, we were talking, and Saditty was telling me about how, she used to not look men in the eyes because, to some men that's disrespectful. And then on top of that, being sexualized as a kid, being perverted, being molested, you definitely don't want to look no man in the eyes. It's like, first of all, how are you even looking at me? Are you even looking at me in my eyes? Or are you looking at my flat ass chest?
Yeah, I had to learn how to look at people in their eyes. I had to learn how to. You notice even when we worked together on Colfax, I was very shy to speak most of the time. You notice that? Yeah. I would be like, can you go tell that girl what the heck is going on? Because it wasn't because I didn't want to, but that the way I was brought up was to shut up. You can't speak your mind. If you're mad, you just have to go in the bedroom and
I don't do that shit, nigga.
And cry. And
I gotta talk my shit.
And then the parents come and say, shut up. They whoop your ass again and whoop you and say, shut the fuck up. We're crying for syrup and you're not even gonna eat today. Right? And then they say, oh, you gotta go wash all the dishes that everybody ate on. Now you have to go fetch the water.
After you didn't eat.
After you didn't eat, I had to go through all that.
So do you think that mental abuse is worse or emotional abuse?
Mental, please. Whoop my ass. Why? And be done with it. Because it stays in you. Because mental abuse, nobody sees it. You know what I mean?
Right, the wound.
Right, the wounds is not there. That's why people don't realize they're abusing their kids, because they do these little things to their kids for so long that it adds up to be a big issue. Even though you're like, oh, I just left her home 3-4 times, or I just did it a little bit of time. No, you 18 years. Yeah. You've done it a lot. Right.
Think about how many times he went to go see Jerome down the street.
Right, down the street. And
the kid is sitting here like, damn, I'm hungry. My chicken nuggets is burning in the oven. Yeah. Where is you at, mama? So then, boom, now you got your 24-year-old kid 18 years later. They're not 4 no more. They're not 6. Now they're 24.
It took me 40 years to be normal. And I'm only 48. So 8 years of that I was a baby. The other 40 years, I went through so much because my abuse. I never told you that I told you they whooped me, but I never really told you that I've been really aggressively handled, right? But I always tell you what, I was abandoned. They didn't take me to school. They didn't teach me anything. I never had a home.
Because that's so stuck. That's so traumatizing shit.
Yeah. So when I go talk to people about my own issues, and this is like 3-4 years ago when I used to be still traumatized. So when I'll be telling people how I feel, and they just like, you just need self-development. You just need to what? How do you call it?
Healing. Really.
Yeah. No, just like I just had to be more educated. Basically, like, because to them I sounded like I was ignorant, right? But I'm hurt. I'm telling you. But the way I was explaining it was more like, oh, the reason why I'm not doing things right is because my parents did this to me, because my parents abandoned me. Self-pity. That's what they say, right? But you know how many people have rejected me like that? Like, no, we don't want this. That's negativity. We don't want that.
I felt that.
Negativity. I had to stay by myself in my room for many, many years to study myself, to get to know me. Because I didn't know me. I didn't know what triggers me. You could just pinch me and I'm triggered. You could just be like, anything you do, right? You could just take my car. Anything you did, I was crying about everything, unnecessary stuff. But when I found my power, I was like, oh, it's my mind. My mind. Oh.
And she laughing and shit. Like, yeah. It was just this all along.
I was like, so this whole time.
This whole time.
I'm stuck in my head.
Yep.
My body can move. I
The whole
have
time.
money. I have cars. I have everything, but I'm still crying. I had everything. God has always given me everything.
I mean, not really though, Auntie. You had to think you was braiding grass. Like, yeah, we be out here playing with the worms and
At
stuff,
least I was breathing in the morning. I
Auntie,
wasn't
but
sick.
you think about all the stories you really told me this past week.
I
Sleeping.
had to go through
No,
all
for
that.
example, think about it. Y'all, she told me last week, she was like, yeah, I used to sleep on the veranda of the neighbor's house and watch. Imagine you're watching baddies
Yeah.
from your neighbor's window, but you're also sleeping on their porch and they don't really know you're there.
They knew.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, some morning they'll find me on that veranda, but it's all God. Now that I know, I used to cry about it, but now I appreciate it. That's the difference. I used to be like, oh, why? But that why took me in the wrong direction.
See?
But now that I said this all had to happen for me to be sitting here all happy.
She said all happy. She says this shit was slight. Like, that's when you know somebody's healed. Like, I keep really wanting to bring up, and that's why I say I really probably have at least 3 completely different people. Janelle, Saditty J, and Saditty. Saditty's really, it's your girl Saditty. I done heard some of my songs, okay, boom. Saditty J, that's a mix in between Janelle, which is really my inner child that I work so hard to protect. And Saditty stands around. Saditty's like, all right, I'm going to confuse the fuck out of you. I'm going to post this shit here. You're going to fall for it. Clickbait right there. Like a nigga fell into one of my traps yesterday. He going to slide up or laugh at it. Like, man, I done blocked you on 3 different fucking accounts. Why are you still watching my shit?
Well, hey, he knows what he's missing. That's his lost.
Okay, but then he wants to come at me crazy. I said, what's funny? He said, none. So what are you laughing at? Because this is very much literal. Like, I pay attention to every detail. So
Right.
this wasn't a funny post.
Right.
This was a serious post.
Right.
If you've been paying attention for 3 years and through 3 different accounts of blocking, you have to be paying attention. So what's funny?
You block him 3 times?
3 times.
He's still looking for you.
They're still looking for me. I'm like,
He's desperate.
baby.
He's thirsty.
It'd be the Florida ones. I swear.
He's from Florida?
The Florida ones?
Florida?
Auntie, you remember that? The other one? The other one with the little dookies on his head? That one was crazy. That one was crazy. He was calling me. Yeah.
The gun
The gun?
master?
I'm like, no, don't kill me. This Gucci ain't that good. You can cut it off. You can have it. Take it home. I don't want it. Like, what?
You really said that to
Auntie,
me?
I don't be playing no more because I realize how much problems this got me in. People think it's so cute. Okay, boom, I'm finna put him on lock. That's finna be mine forever. I'm finna fade every bitch about my baby dad. Shut the fuck up.
Like, for real?
You're gonna be fading bitches for the rest of your life then. Cause your baby dad ain't shit and you ain't shit, really. Cause why are you fighting the bitches? Cause your baby dad ain't shit. And I had to realize, like, damn, God had to rip me. He said, baby, yeet, baby, yeet. And niggas think that shit's funny. Okay, but I learned so much. I'm willing to talk about it. Okay, let's talk about it.
Right.
Because you wasn't shit. Auntie, you're talking about, people be talking about, oh, these business women, they just want to be dominant. They just want to be this. They just want to be, they want to be alpha. First of all, bitch, I don't want to be alpha. You can't be alpha. How the fuck I'm pregnant and I'm working in my auntie shop as the manager and I'm in school for cosmetology and these bitches is hating on me and I got a fucking podcast. I'm like, nigga, damn, can I breathe? And you want to talk about, you a hoe this, you a hoe that. I'm coming to you because this is a distraction. Distracting as fuck.
Yeah. But there will be a lot of those.
But what's the point, though, of me distracting myself with the risk of children, STDs, and soul ties?
I'm glad you learned that.
Which 3 of them is worse? Which one do you think is worse?
All
children?
of it is bad.
She said all of it's bad.
All
And
3.
that's the problem. We think the children is bad, too. No.
Well, it's not bad, but if you're not ready, then it becomes a problem. Then the child doesn't. You want to raise a generation of better people, so we have to be better people
Yes.
to raise better people. Make better decisions. Wait for marriage. Wait for the love of your life. Wait for someone committed. Because what we're doing right now is disaster waiting to happen.
But
because
the thing is,
all these babies that they're having, and the moms are not even ready for the babies just because they want to keep the baby daddy. It's a big problem.
but now God is saying you are ready. Now I'm gonna make you ready because you have to survive, and you have to survive with your baby too. And your baby has to. You have to try your best to have your baby prosper.
Well, a mom of 4, I'll tell you, raising a baby financially is not really the biggest deal. It's not, because for some reason, food is always going to be provided. And we have that EBT card.
Nigga, we be cha-ching, cha-ching, and nigga get on the table, give me like money, like what?
We got that
Reparations.
EBT card, so they make sure that baby is fed somehow. But what I'm saying is the spiritual being there spiritually through the ups and downs. 18 years of that baby life, are you ready?
First of all, it don't stop at 18.
Well, at least can we get there first?
No! Because we're really over here dying at 14 because we went to a party.
And that's what I'm saying. Who are those moms that have those 18-year-old kids, 14-year-old kids? Then they're like 30, like 28, 30. Still learning, still chasing some dudes, still don't know what the future what to rely on. Still,
And then the thing is,
so
they're also...
they don't have the time to teach
Man.
these kids. These kids have to be taught. Not just dropping them at school and picking them right back up. That's not teaching your child. Waking up at 6:45 when the child has to be at school at 7:20. And while you're dropping the child, you're yelling. You know how many moms I've seen that yell at their kids on their way to school? Sometimes I do it too, but I'm trying to be better. Like,
Right.
for real.
And that's the difference between you and a lot of other people.
I'm trying.
Some people be like, yeah, I do that shit. Yeah, I'm a
it's
hoe,
not cute.
but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be a hoe for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be a hoe for 70 more years. Girl, you keep that rate up for 70 more years, and your whole body's gonna fall apart.
7 is too long, honey. No, you have to preserve your soul is the one thing that you have to preserve. Giving your body to multiple men doesn't make you a beautiful woman. It won't.
Yeah.
And whatever you put in this world, you're gonna get it back. If you sleep with 100 men, a good man is not gonna want to marry you.
See, but this is where people say you put that into the world and you don't get it back. There's really lover girls, because, like, yeah, I'm really a lover girl.
Right.
That's why I gotta make sure, like, you're really not finna play me. I'm really smart as shit. So while niggas be thinking they're running game on me, Mr. Oh, you was never my bitch. I know apparently I was never your bitch, because he's the same nigga I was talking about. I walked in on New Year's. I lost my phone. I walk into your house.
Right.
I walk straight into the house and straight into your room. And there's another girl in here. So, okay, that gave me the hint, like, okay, damn, I'm not this nigga's bitch. Let me move on. But my problem is I be doubting myself, and I'd be like, no, you loved him, so you might as well go back and, you know, you invested this and that, and you let him drive your car. Just all this stupid logic that don't make sense.
Yeah, you feel like you put it in and you feel like maybe you deserve him because you've done this, that. No.
But I think that I just don't be knowing what I deserve. I didn't know. Now I know.
Right? You didn't know. Now you know.
Now I know.
It's better to know now than never. But that's because you're listening to yourself. You're going back and revisiting what you don't like about yourself. You're talking to yourself. Your soul, your how do I call it? Your subconscious and your conscious is aligned. Because when your subconscious and your conscious is aligned, you start looking at things a little bit differently. But when you're detached from your subconscious, that's what when you go to sleep works. And you know how most of us go to sleep drunk. We go to sleep high. We go to sleep with so many other things in our minds, so we don't really have time to detox. So when we go to bed, we actually think about positivity. And also the fact that we listen to all types of music late night and then go to bed with all that energy, it also doesn't allow us to align with our subconscious that actually do all the work. Because your subconscious is actually what comes out when you're in multiple places or whenever you think or react or all of that. It's your subconscious. But your conscious gets whatever your subconscious have, which if it has zero, then your conscious has zero. Then you don't have no conscious. Then you just be doing things any kind of way, however you think. You say, oh, your friends say, oh, let's go drink. Oh, let's go drink. Let's go beat this bitch up. Oh, let's go beat this bitch up. Let's go get this bitch. Oh, let's go. You just be doing that throughout your life, blocking the way to really deep into your own self. Busyness. And you remember I was talking about busyness? Busyness, lights, TV, all this extra stuff that we crowd ourselves with. It also crowd our mind, and that's why people just do things and they regret after. Oh, I wish I didn't do this.
I do that.
I wish I didn't react like this.
I do that.
I wish I didn't cuss her.
I do that.
I wish, because your subconscious, you didn't train it to actually hold on to your conscious, so you don't say things without really revisiting. You know what I mean?
I think so hard that I don't care how it comes out almost.
That's because when you go to bed, you don't really take your time to actually put that nutrients in you. You have to put these things in you. It doesn't come from...
But I do, though. I meditate, I pray, I stretch, I do this, I do that, I read the Bible, I read the Quran.
But guess what? That's why you're different.
I be quiet, I do breath, I smoke, I sleep, I get up, I work, I record, I edit, I make music, I write. But I'm like, damn, Jay, do you ever sit still?
Yeah, maybe you need to sit still. Maybe that 30 minutes meditation is not enough.
Because I do meditations, but my mind is on something. I don't do the clear mind meditation.
That's what I'm saying. Now we're getting back to what I'm saying. All those things you put in your mind that you take so seriously. But when it comes to meditation... right, but when it comes to meditation, you just think that putting your hand together and sitting still, no.
Nah, I don't
you
know
have
that.
to like
Not
really...
Not too much.
Right, like you have to like literally let go. But you start letting go from the night. From like 6 o'clock till morning time. That's when you start letting go. You don't let go at midnight. It's too late. You have to start letting go at 6. So at 6, you have to literally switch your mind up to positivity. Everything that you think, talk, touch has to be positive. So that way when you go to sleep with it throughout the day, throughout the night. When you wake up in the morning, with that juice. Because I call it juice because that good message, that whatever you've been listening to, I'm telling you, it works. It works for me. I've been looking for peace for so long. I bought the most expensive clothes. I bought the most expensive car. I dated the most handsome guys. I did everything. I was always unhappy. Always. Until I went and got that message. What I listened to, when I started listening to that message, I was like, this sounds good to me. Boy, what? I was a disaster like this. I started revisiting all my actions. And that's when I knew that I was a problem. I'm forming this thing. If one thing happened, I go home, I don't know what I'll be doing. I'll be cooking some kind of jollof rice and some kind of pepper soup with this thing what is going through my mind. I will marinate until I create a big issue out of it. That's why I'll be walking at the shop and be like, what the fuck is going on over here? That's because I already formed it since last night. I've been thinking about how I'm about to come cuss everybody out.
That's my problem.
When I could just be thinking about how I'm about to come put positivity in here.
But it's hard to pour out of an empty cup. That's when you have to find the balance of how do you balance yourself? How do you fill your cup? How do you set your boundaries? I had to go through muting people, blocking people, deleting numbers. People like, oh, she acts Hollywood. No. I'm trying to break all them bonds, all them ties to everyone. You call me friend, fake friend, this, but you also you want my man. All right, this, that. I don't care. I don't care about none of that shit.
But this message will block all the negativity. And it doesn't, like I said, it's not a one-day thing. It's a every day in the morning. I've actually slacked a little bit lately, and I could feel it. I've been waking up in the morning like, what's going on? I don't like that. I need to get back to my meditation because it actually feels you. It actually, how will I say it? It confirms who you are. It just confirmed that, oh, I'm a great person. It's just the way I'm doing it. Maybe I'm just giving too much. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just doing too much. Maybe I accept people so quick. You know what I mean? I need to take my time. Right. Maybe I need to learn people a little bit better. Maybe I just need to not jump into conclusions. You know what I mean? Maybe I need to look at your side of the story. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. You know, those little things makes it different. You go home happy. Because when you don't go home happy, you marinate on the same thing and it blocks your blessings. Conclude the problem. Be reasonable about the problem. Whatever is going on, there's always a solution to it. Let's not jump into violence. Oh, I don't love you no more. But what about the other 80% that I did for you? What about what about everything I've been doing for you for the past 6 months? And this one thing that just went wrong, and you dismiss every 80% of what I've been doing, you hanging on that 20%, and you dismiss the 8%. You see how people think? And that's how relationships don't work, because we dwell on the negativity, because it's accepted. Most people will be like, I'm about to go over there and beat this bitch up. But if you say, I'm about to go over there and kiss her and hug her and love her, they're going to be like, oh, what? Right. You're weak?
Exactly.
You're a weak ass bitch?
Exactly.
No, you got to go over there and kick her ass. No, why? Why can't I just go over there and just hug her?
But these bitches be weird, though. Because, bitch, I think they be weird. I think bitches be weird.
But that's the problem. People think. You just said you think.
Nah, these bitches, I know these bitches.
Right, but you understand that love conquered hate.
That's why I learned how to love people from a distance. I could love you from all the way in here. I love all my family in Africa from America.
Right.
I could love you from very far.
Yeah. But do you agree that someone with no gun will be more likely not to be shot than someone with a gun?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think that someone with a gun is more likely to be shot because they're constantly manifesting that paranoid energy of, oh, I got it on me, so I'm But sometimes people have to, but sometimes people don't, and they manifest that onto themselves. So
that's a good reason.
That's why I was kind of wondering, I'm like, should I get my gun license or my weed license? Because both of them seem
I think the weed
pretty,
chills you down.
the weed, right?
They're going to be making you all nervous.
Who's my shit? Because I don't know, like, nigga, am I going to have a man in here to protect anything? Yeah. I don't know.
Yes, a man without a gun and a man with a gun, the man without a gun is most likely to feel, the man with a gun, the shooter, the gunman, will be most likely to feel pity to the man that has no gun, because he knows that person is not going to hurt him. Now he is the one that is in control. But when both has guns, the self-defense, that gun is going to go off. Somebody's going to shoot. You're scared, I'm scared, we're scared. We're both scared. Somebody's going to shoot this gun and somebody got to be shot. That's the only way we're going to end this thing. But if you don't have a gun, you just come like, I'm about to shoot you, be like, oh my God, please don't shoot me.
Some people are really evil though. Some people are really to shoot you.
But most likely they're not going to shoot. I'm not saying that it happens all the time. What I'm saying is that I'm telling you, 80% of the time they're going to be like, I better not see you on this street no more. You better not come back over here no more. Most likely they're going to let you go. But
in Africa,
a man with a gun, there's no thinking, reaction, because you have a gun, I have a gun. What I'm trying to say is that
I understand.
Sometimes, I'm not saying love is always everything or kindness is everything, but it always conquers.
Wins, yeah.
You win.
That's period.
Yeah.
Hey. And on that note, y'all, I think that love has definitely conquered within our relationship, and
Right.
I think that people are over here also competing as to who's going to be the generational curse breaker. It's all of us, because
All
we
of us.
all have to break this generation's
It
curse
has
together.
to be. It has to be. It's more than one person. That's what this broom. You see, it's beautiful when it's in groups, right? If you take this one out and let it stand by itself, it's skinny, it's fragile. So together, it's stronger. Together, it's stronger. So yeah.
Hey. I'm really not going to say too much about the brothers, the sisters, the hoods, the Saditty committee, but make sure that if y'all are tapped in, y'all are tapped in. You know, we got the Hoods record label. We got some hot artists on there. And I feel like this Saditty committee is going up. Y'all just heard from Trista Rose. That was a hot podcast.
Oh, wow.
So, like,
Thank you so
you're really a
much.
natural, though. You're really a natural.
Oh my God, thank you. I thought I was gonna be nervous. I thought I needed some alcohol, some weed, and maybe a taser, but I guess I didn't know of that. But I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. It was great. First time. How did I do? Let me know. Leave some comments, guys.
And make sure y'all go follow her
Right.
at Rosey Dollaz on Instagram. That is
Yes.
Rosey, Dollaz with a Z.
Yes.
And then y'all can follow me at Saditty, JSADITTYJAE. And make sure y'all follow the best Black media network in the nation on our network. Hashtag Saditty Committee.
Beautiful. Wow. This is so beautiful.